Hello and good day to you. Welcome back to UKDiver. If it's your first time here, then just welcome. I'm kind of glad to be here. I'm going to do something a bit different today. We're just going to have a little chat about what I've been up to because I realise I've not posted a video in a little while. I've got a little job to do in the club container and I've been doing a lot of work in here as well. So let's get into it. We'll just have a chat while we get on with a little job. Right, so I'm going to get some keys. So, got the keys, let's go. Ready. So, right. Typical, it's raining. Right, let me stick you up here. There we go. Right. Remember to unzap the alarm. There we go. Now, very much two-handed process, isn't it? I kind of get it in, Captain. Said the vicar to the constable. Right, you got that, babe? Okay, we are in. So, let me give you a bit of a guided tour and show you what we've been up to, or what we've been up to. What I've been up to be quite honest with you. So I'm just going to get these bolts out of my pocket, put them there. I don't think we need them, but there we are. So, welcome to Pontifex Scuba's container. So, this little beastie you'll have seen before. So this is our Coltree Mark III silent. Now I've got to be honest, it's not silent. It's also not as loud as some other compressors. So we've had that for a little while, and the job we've got to do on that today is to fit a part. So here, you see these three bolts? They're supposed to be like a metal thing to hold these. Yeah, so they're supposed to go there, like that. And we didn't get that with the compressor and thought it was an option extra. So at the dive show, Coltree were there again, and I said to them, how do we get one of these? And they said, you should have had one of these. And I said, we didn't get one of these. So they have eventually sent us one. So that's what I'm doing today, fitting that. So while I'm doing that, we're gonna have a little chat. So I'm gonna put that there. And so, first thing I've been doing now, if you've been following my socials, guys, which you really should, I'm going to put links to them top and bottom on the screen now. So go on, open another window, go and sign up to them, make sure you like, follow, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Right, back in the room. So, you will know that I've been extremely busy teaching courses, mainly on this, teaching people how to use this. But then also, we have now got some of this, which is O2, which is very nice. So we've got two XLs, we've got a nice shiny gauge, and all the stuff that goes with it. And I've had to fit a chain to the door, because these things are quite tippy. And I've also got chain, look, for a third one, should we ever need it, should we get a visit. So I've been getting people trained up on that, so I've been doing lots and lots of nitrox blender courses at the same time. I've been doing all the paperwork. Now, here's one thing, guys. Do you think these prices are fair? So that's non-members. So if we went and had a look and said, look, if you wanted a 36% in a 15 litre, that's 15 quid. I think that's okay. 80% in a 12, 36. If you go down to the member prices, because the air is free, so a 36 in a 15 litre is only 9 quid, and an 80 in a 12 is 26. So 36, 26. So that's a tenner saving. So I kind of came up with those prices by looking at other places' prices, and they kind of seemed fair enough to me. So let me know. I'll be interested in your comments. What's the gas prices like that? Is that too generous or is it a bit harsh? So other things we've been doing. What else have we been doing, wifey? We've been doing a lot up here, haven't we? So you will see our racking is nice and beautifully clean and something like bloody organised. So we've got all the kind of pens and all this kind of stuff. The new analyzer that we got is there. We got the exhaust, which is amazing. If you've not seen my review of that on my website, then you need to go and check. Address here now. So yeah, check that out. Get signed up to the mailing list, guys, so you don't miss out on anything as well. A clamp adapter, pressure tester, paperwork, and then we've got all the club masks, and we've had to buy some additional boxes because when we've been lending them out to students, the bastards have been bringing them back with no boxes, and I've been really struggling to find some boxes. So these are Beaver boxes that we've managed to purchase, just boxes. And again, if you check my socials, you'll know that when I took over as equipment officer beginning of the year, I took all these home. They've had a good clean, a good prep, just like they would if they were brand spanking new. So now when our tri-divers turn up, they can see shit. No, there's a lot to see in the pool, but anyway, that's not the point. They can see it doesn't steam up. Everything else we've got down here, we've got some tri-diving magazines, we've got some open water fins that are probably for sale if you fancy any of them. We've got the usual B-sack buoy and a weight, so we can create our own shot line, that's what the word I'm looking for, and a crap load of club weight that we've sort of dug out. We've also, and this has been a pet peeve of mine, organised everything. So all our club fins, of which there are many, wifey, hello, kindly labelled up for us. So you can see they've all got numbers on the end, yeah, and rather than having to scrap through, we now have a list that shows you which number is what size. A simple little thing, but massively time saving. I've also done exactly the same kind of thing with the club cylinders. So again, if you follow Pontefract Scuba Club, which wifey, hello wifey, is responsible for, you will know that we have, or I have, been happy with the spray paint, and now they're all numbered. Yeah. So what's that mean? It's not difficult to do. But before, we were having to issue them and record the serial number of them, which was a pain in the arse, because the serial numbers are like always a pain to find, aren't they? And they're different between different brands. So now I don't have to worry about the serial numbers. I've recorded all the serial numbers against a number, so that when we issue them, I just say I've given number 8. And that's it. I know serial number 8 is that serial number. So if anybody goes wombling off with any of the kit, or certain cylinders, we can identify it. It's nice and easy to issue. The other thing we've been doing is this rack in here, all these shelves were full of all these BCs. And what I've done is, as you can see, I've hung them on a rack. Now this, I've got to be honest, bargain of the century, wasn't it? Yep. Absolute bargain of the century. This, 20 quid. 20 quid off Facebook Marketplace, and actually just like met the guy on the side of the motorway to collect it. It was all very sketchy, but it panned out, and I'm really pleased with this for 20 quid. These are the peanut wings that we bought from the dive show. Again, if you follow my socials, you'll see that we've had these. So the idea behind these is instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, 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 in all different sizes, XL, medium, small, blah, blah, these wings here are massively adjustable, super easy to adjust, and kind of one size fits all. So instead of having 6 different sizes, we can just have a few of these. I do prefer the black and orange one, I've got to admit. I do find it slightly sexier. The blue and white's nice, but I do like the white and orange. It just makes life easy, doesn't it? You just turn up one of these, we've not got to worry about sizes, because the amount of people that you get a tri-dive through and you say, right, what body size are you? And they'll say, oh man, large, aren't they? And they're like a stick. Or worse, the other way around, oh, I'm definitely a medium, and they're bigger than me, which is ridiculous. I've not been a medium for a long time, but it's coming, guys, it's coming. So lots and lots of work going on here since January, since I took over as equipment officer and stepped down as training officer, and everything is looking much nicer, much tidier. Everything, even the BCs, have all been tagged up with number little discs on, look. So it's proper dive centre styly. Regs as well have all been tagged up. So again, when we get a student and we're issuing with a set of kit, because at Pontefract, when you get an ocean diver student here, we basically loan you a full set of kit to basically practice on, do your training on, but practice looking after kit, because that's really important, isn't it? Looking after kit. So yeah, we've been busy, haven't we? We've been very busy getting that kind of stuff done. Plus all the training, plus everything else. So yeah, apologies for no videos, guys, but it's just been mental. we're going to get on with putting this on, which I think is just a case of a few Allen keys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand you over here, point you down there. You've got magnetic feet, so you won't fall off. And we're just going to pop this on. I reckon it's that size, do you?
Sure, it's the orange one?
Yes. And the white eyeballs are spot on, because that is the correct size. And I don't know why they sent me more, because these are exactly the same as the ones that sent through, so we'll just use these again. So, other things to talk about, guys. Right, what else have we got to talk about, babe? Probably, I've been busy and having a lot of fun with, if you've not checked it out, I'm now doing online club nights, okay, through my Patreon site. The link is in the description below, and I'm really pleased to say that I've had some, oh, that was stuck. Oh, make the noise. Really pleased to say that a fair few people have signed up now. So we had one, was it last week? Last Tuesday? And I've got to say, guys, I had an absolute blast. So big shout out to Tim, Ben, John, Bryce, and some others that I can't remember the name of. You'll have to forgive me, because if anybody who knows me knows that I'm really bad with names. But we've got 6 or 7 people now in the club nights, and I think 4 of those are VIPs as well. And yeah, we're just having a really good time chatting scuba diving. We had a chap called Ben who's recently signed up, who is from Bristol way, so he's got an absolutely fabulous accent, and he didn't say my lover, not even once, which I was a bit disappointed. He said he could do it for me, so I might get to do that next time. But yeah, really good, and he's on about going over to twin sets, so he was a bit baffled by all the backplate and wing jargon. Are they all the same? Do they all fit? Why is one wing vastly more expensive than another? So we had a good chat about that and helped him out with that. The other thing I need to say really is, with regards to the VIPs, we're starting to gain traction with that as well. I have we are going, aren't we, to a pot dive to the Midlands Dive Chamber on the 22nd. And Tim, one of my VIPs, took me up on the offer, let's see if I can let go now a bit, to come along with me on that as well. So VIP trips are starting to happen, and I've got a few more lined up. Also with the UKDiver merch, just bend down so the camera can see you, sweetie. So you see this one, the wife's finished this one today, and as you can see, we've got UKDiver hats, and I've just, I think it was yesterday we posted, we had 4 for sale, didn't we? And they're gone. So yeah, if you were umming and ahhing about that, sorry guys, you've missed out, they've gone. So again, VIPs get first dibs on everything. Okay, so if you're fancying an online club night, if you're sat bored at home on a Tuesday evening and think, you know what, I could do with talking some scuba shite and helping some people out and having a laugh, then go on the Patreon site, again, link down below, and get signed up. It would be great to see you. It's £3 for the online club night, isn't it? And if you want to be a VIP, that's a tenner. That's a tenner a month. So, I was talking to the VIPs and saying, because I don't want to be taking money out of people's pockets and not giving them anything. So, we're still very much in the kind of formative stages, aren't we, of what you're going to get for your VIP money kind of thing. But yeah, if you want to get involved with that, guys, do check that out, because it has been a lot of fun, hasn't it? So, bang, that's done. Right, okay, come on, get this right on. Disorganisation. That one goes there, and that one's there, because that one's furthest away. What do you think? Top job, done well. You're going to get some photos now. So, yeah. Right, I'll have my mat back then. So, right, okay, so these, look, they sent us extras. Don't need them. So I will put them in my stainless steel collection jar. But yeah, that's nice. Nice and shiny. Oh yes. So yes, guys, don't make excuses, but it's been chuffing busy, and I've been busy, and I know I've been neglecting you, and I do apologise for that. What else to say? So, oh yeah, again, on my socials the other day, I've done the first dive on the Horizon unit, and it was a bit of a disaster, I've got to be honest. Not because of the Horizon. Yeah, I'm just going to stick you over here. There you go, stick, stay. So yeah, first sea dive on the Horizon, and first dive on a new charter boat. Yeah, so it's not very often in the UK you get a new charter boat, is it?
Nope.
So, and excitingly for us, it's about the same drive time up to this new charter boat as it is to Capernwray or Stoney, which is really interesting because it gives me like new training options, weather dependent. So I'll leave links down below. It's basically a chap called Bob Scullion, who I'd never sort of met or heard before, but the guy's been around diving for a long, long time. He's very much into his rebreathers. And if you're into your rebreather diving and your technical diving, then you need to get on this, because looking at his sort of schedule from what he's got on the boat's called Voyager. His Facebook page is Voyager Boat Charters, again, link down below. But the exciting bit for you rebreather divers, so Fran, if you're watching this, I'm thinking of you, is that a lot of the wrecks out there are sort of 60 metres plus, or you know, around the 60 metre mark, a bit deeper, a little bit shallow, but anyway, way beyond sort of recreation diving. And the guy seems to be sort of every Sunday doing those kind of dives. So if that's your thing and you're struggling to find other charters that are doing those kind of depths, then that's going to be really interesting to you. 50 quid a day, which is bloody cheap in this day and age. You know, it used to be 50 quid like 5 years ago before the fuel prices went up. And I've got to be honest, although when I went, was it yesterday, day before? Saturday diving, the weather was garbage. We were battling like, you know, Windy said it was going to be 1 metre swells. Yeah, it was getting on for 2.5, 3 metre swells. Some of them were definitely bigger than the boat anyway. And the viz was obviously horrific because we were doing recreational depths and those kind of swells. It does stir the bottom up. But we had a fantastic day. The guy's great. The guy whose name I can't remember because again I'm rubbish for names, who was the deckhand, was brilliant. We got offered tea and coffee on the way out, which says something, doesn't it? When we come back, because we had to can the second dive because it was just way too rough, we got back into the little place called Milldam. I should say it's based in South Shields, so a little place called Milldam in South Shields, right on the mouth of the River Tyne. And we got back and they're knocking up some Irish stew for us and some hot cross buns. Absolutely amazing. You know, other skippers, take note. I want a hot cross bun and I want some hot bloody stew next time because you're being whooped here. Bob's got it down and sorted. But yeah, absolutely couldn't ask for more. It was a really, really good sort of day. The diving, again, challenging. That's the UK, it's what you get paid for. But the guys were lifting, you know, cylinders up for the girls because the ramp where you go up and down, I'll put a little video here that I took. I was going to do a video of the day, but it just turned out not to be enough. But it was just really, really top service for the money. I think, Bob, you can stick an extra tenner on that. Everybody will shoot me for that, but I would happily pay 60 quid for that. So I think 50, you know, and the reason for that, say that, is because if something's too cheap, then they're not going to last for too long, are they? Do you know what I mean? And for me, it's just a whole new area to dive, a load of new wrecks to dive, and especially for me, it's potentially a training opportunity where I can take trainees, you know, sports, ocean divers, dive leaders, to go and do some skills in the actual sea, and it not cost us too much more. I mean, crikey, what's Stoney now? If you've not got a what do we call it, a dive log card, that's 27 quid a day. So 50 quid a day, you know, for an extra 23 quid, you actually go in the brine, you know, learn about boat etiquette, you know, getting in and out of a boat, all those other sort of soft skills that we don't really teach but are kind of important to learn to know about, aren't they? I just think it's a fantastic opportunity, so I'm looking forward, and probably you will be seeing a lot more of Bob and the team over at Voyager Boat Charters. Yes, that's it, down below, link down below. The other bit of exciting BSAC news, which is, you're not that excited about it, are you? No. Wife is not excited, but it might be quite exciting to you, is BSAC is once again reviewing some of its courses, some of its awards and criteria, and is actually coming up with something maybe a little bit exciting. So there are some webinars, because don't we love a webinar nowadays? Post-COVID webinar, hate them. But anyway, they are doing a chat. Don Robinson, the training guru, has decided that sports divers are going to be able to get a bump to go down to 40 metres. That's quite exciting, isn't it? It brings us in line very much with some of the other courses where we get a little bit shallower. Shall I tell you what else I'd like to see? I'd like to see this, okay? Now, this is a little bit of paper that I have done for the club, so that if we get somebody who comes in who wants some hang on, stay. If someone wants to know nitrox and they've got a different, agency's qualification, and they say, right, I want some nitrox, what they can go to. And do you know when I put this together? Yeah. Do you know what I found out? Every other agency, when you do a technical qualifications, lets you have 100% O2. Why is it that BSAC will only let you have 80? Just saying, it's a little bit weird, isn't it? Why do we do that? SSI, any rebreather qualification, RAID, PADI Tech 50, 100%, DECO 40 on RAID, 100%, SSI, extended range, 100%. Obviously, rebreathers work on 100%, don't they? But if you've done your ADP with BSAC, you can only have 80. So surely that needs addressing as well. So yeah, sports diver bumped down to 40. Dive leader being completely refreshed. And from what I spoke to them at the dive show, apparently a lot of the training in dive leader is to come out. A couple of reasons for that. To make it more compatible and more in line with the other agencies' courses at the same level, if they've got one, because I don't think some do. But DP1 and DP2, which are the dive manager and then assistant dive manager and then dive manager as in run a trip, apparently gone. So that's interesting. And I wonder if it is a pull away from rib diving, because a lot of clubs, like our club now, doesn't have a rib, doesn't do rib diving, and dive leader is very much all about planning a rib diving trip. So I wonder if they've took that out. So they were being a bit coy about what was going into it, but a couple of webinars, 17th and 18th, if you fancy that, go on the BSAC website, get signed up and find out what that's all about. So I will definitely be there on the Tuesday to find out what the smake's going on, and I've also got one student ready to sign up for his dive leader. I've told, whoa, hang on, we'll wait and see what the new curriculum is. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that, guys. So exciting stuff and maybe long overdue stuff. You never know, maybe hog looping will come in at some point as well, without having to do an extra special course with it. Don't know. But anyway, guys, that's it. This video's already been too long. I'm going to cut the hell out of this, so some of this might go in, some of it might stay out, who knows. But as always, and sooner rather than later, I think, we will see you, as always, on the next one.